Okay. So as usual, okay, before we start our last session for today, okay, I want to make sure that everyone is aware and everyone is with me. Okay. So throughout this sharing that I'm about to share, there are no recommendation and advice to buy and sell any stocks, ideas that being presented here. Okay, all of this information that is being recorded here are purely for sharing and education purposes. Okay, so no advice throughout this session, and also no recommendation. All right. So with that being said, let's jump into our next topic or continue our discussion. But before we do that, um, let's let's see whether there's any questions from all of you. Anyone have any question? If you have questions, can you just go ahead and share me your question? Let's take a 5 to 10 minutes Q&A before we continue our next few topic, which is a completion of the discussion. Okay. So this morning I will share with you technical terms. Now it's mainly focusing on what? Focusing on how to apply, all right, where you are now and where you wanted to be, and how to become not investor, trader. Okay, trader where you will be able to not only participate, okay, but you can also do this on a monthly basis, all right, making your second income in the stock market. So that is what I want you guys to have and achieve in these 2 days, right? That's why I've been sort of like, forcing you guys to listen, all right, focus, because there's not, it's not easy to get everyone here. We need to sort of like, ask you to, hey, remind you all over again. Yeah. Okay. All right. So Connie asked, any recording of these 2 days class? Yes, there will be a recording. This recording will be uploaded in 72 hours, and we will remind you on this recording. Okay, so Lisa asked, how do you remember all the 4 BC, BP, SC, SP, or FAST? Oh, you know how? If you have been seeing these terms for 10 years, it's like eating a rice. You eventually will know. It's like breathing. Okay. Or it's like jogging, right? Of course, when you start jogging, you won't aim for 100-kilometer marathon. You start like 1 kilometer and then go ahead to 2 kilometer, and that's how you stretch it. Okay, so Lisa, the easiest way you can try or you can participate will be, if you ask me, of all the 4 basics that I share, sell put is the one that I want you to master. Just focus on sell put first. And then from there, once you gain momentum, you get a result out of it, you understand the how to navigate the platform that you're using, then you can play around with the second one, which is the buying call options, and then sell call and buy put. So this is one of the way you can slowly, build up your confidence in learning new stuff. Okay, don't need to jump into all the complicated stuff first. Just do the basic. Similar, like in the past 3 days workshop, when I share about live trade, I only share with you how to buy and sell and do a sell put. Yeah. Okay. David said, when we do option, where do we see the time decay? There's no parameter for time decay. You just look into the contract. Yeah. And then you can actually see the profit that you have made on your portfolio position. Okay. And then I miss out the morning session. Don't worry, then recording will be released in 72 hours time, hopefully. Yeah. Okay, so Joanne, sell put is good for bull market only. Not necessarily. Okay. If you ask me for bull market, what's the best strategy? Can you make money through sell put? Yes, you can make money for sell put. But again, it goes back to your intention. Sometimes when there's a bull market or when the setup, you might need to understand what kind of strategy that you should go for. Some people go for sell put, some actually just buy the share, and some actually do a buy call. So this 3 strategy will depend on, one, your confidence on that setup. Second, it also on the portfolio you have, right? Allocation. Let's say you only have small amount of money. Can you do sell put on this opportunity? let's just say, okay, you see Apple share price, okay, $100, and then you based on the technical setup, it goes uptrend. So if you have $10,000 dollar in your portfolio, is it wise for you to sell a put option? Definitely, it's not a good idea, because the moment you sell one contract, you expose 100% of your money there. So that opportunity is not suitable for option, but is it suitable for swing trade? Instead of expose 10,000, just buy 1,000, 10%, meaning to say you buy 10 share. So that's how, you make a decision. Okay, Joanne? Okay, so, all right, keep the question coming. So David asked, in Mumu, when doing option, there are many strategies, single option, vertical spread. What is that? Okay, so like I said, in these 2 days, I only talk about the basic: sell put, buy call, and buy put. Okay, I forgot. I didn't remember what I said earlier, but only the basic, all right, where you choose a single one. But in the idea of options as it is, or as itself, there's a lot of strategy. And the strategy that I shared with you earlier, the option monthly income strategy, is just one of the basic strategy. Like I think I mentioned, where you can make money without actually using your money. Okay, this is also part of the advanced strategy. So David, when you explore, you see like vertical spread or iron condor, butterfly, whatever the names is that you are seeing there, that is actually an advanced strategy. All right, basically you are combining one option to another option so that the outcome will be this outcome. Okay, and I will not touch this in these 2 days. But I mean, I think there's no harm for me asking who's interested in options, advanced options. Type me in the chat box if, let's say, you're interested. I thought only you, David. Oh, okay. There's so many of you guys interested. Okay, so all right, great. Okay, maybe if I'm free, I can share with you how to study this option advanced. However, I mean, my workshop, I have a criteria one. I will for example, like this option workshop initially, Mingtek asked, can you share this to public? So I told Mingtek that I will only teach options after they learn Fatam. And the reason why I want you to have that kind of foundation is because I don't want you to simply learn and then apply and get a bad result. Similar for advanced. Okay, if you can show me that you actually participate in the basic one, and I mean, usually I will do a quiz lah, then I will allow you to join the advanced workshop. Okay, do you think that's fair? Type F if you think that's fair. Okay, again, I don't want you to see me as hiding, all right, the strategy or the information. It's just that I've seen a lot of cases. I've teach a lot of students, and every time there's a problem, the main reason is because they don't really understand what they're doing. And that's why I'm designing all of the workshop and all of the way that I work with my clients, which is you all, is in such a way that to, one, protect you, okay? Second, to make sure that you make the result out of it. Okay, so that will be the idea. And at the same time, later, probably around 2-ish, depending on our how fast we can cover, I will also be inviting 2 person where I really see them, their transformation, all right, from not knowing option to knowing option to now making option, I mean, using option as their second income, in their own ways lah. Okay, and I mean, because all of you guys are really into option as well. So why not? I just since they already know how to do it, why don't I just bring them in, okay, and help me so that you guys will also not only be inspired by this story, but also will be able to learn something from them. Okay, and that I will bring them later. Okay, so that will be the idea. All right, so let's move on to our next topic. Type F if you're ready. Type F if you're ready, and we shall start our second session now. Thank you so much for the engagement. Okay, so just to give you a refresher, on the last 30 minutes, we actually talk about options monthly income strategy. What are the strategy? It's the strategy to make money every month. Okay, make money every month. And how to make money every month? Make sure your contract will not get exercised. Meaning to say, in your portfolio, you will most likely see no position. You have full cash on a monthly basis. Okay, but it's not designed for a long-term investment. It is designed for short-term trades. Okay, that's why these are the requirement. And I think you guys are also aware that whenever I discuss and I share with you something, it all goes back to intention. Okay, so when you do a sell put, there are options to you purposely want it to get assigned. So that's how you own the share, all right? But in this case here, whereby your intention is just to make a second income, you just want to make free money from the market, these are the criteria. Okay, and can this criteria be changed? Yes, this criteria can be changed, but however, I believe it will change, and it change because you know what to change. Okay, and why do I say that? Is because I've met like few past clients and students that I work with, and then they share, hey, actually, instead of doing this, I do this kind of approach, and I'm happy that they managed to navigate their way, and make this option monthly income strategy as theirs. Okay, it's like a unique strategy for them, and it works for them only because this is the amount of time that they have, and also this is the comfort that they are in. Okay, so what I've shared here is more of a general blueprint. Okay, the only way that I can sort of like design your um, strategy that's specifically for you is for me to work together with you on a personal basis, one-on-one. Okay, if let's say I share on a specific idea and strategy here, whereby it's more of a workshop or webinar kind of setting, my information or the things that I share will not be suitable for most people. So whatever content that I share here are mainly designed for the masses lah, right? For the masses. Okay. And we talk about I share with you, how to analyze Coca-Cola using the fundamental FATAM. So I look into their financial statement. I know they are blue chip company, because I use ChatGPT to ask, all right? And then based on TA, they are on side to uptrends, and this is my risk management. And that after that, I can actually, for Coca-Cola, I can actually have few option. One, I just might as well just go and buy and sell, all right? No need to use option. Okay, or I can also look into option to see whether the opportunity is much more better, which is these two opportunities that I'm seeing here. And if you look, all right, I actually look into it on the 25th of May when I study this company and do all of this screenshot. So if you ask me, can I do a swing trade? Yes, I can. Okay, but I didn't do a swing trade. Instead, I do a sell put. So if let's say I do a swing trade, most likely I would have lost money here if let's say this setup. Yeah, so instead I do a sell put, I make the return. Okay, similar to BlackBerry, do all of this analysis, and then here, this is what I get, all right? So if I do a swing trade for BlackBerry, I might not be making any return at all. Why? Because I buy, for example, I buy at this price here, around $6, all right? And then it goes up, and then it goes down, and it's sort of a side trade. Oh, in fact, actually, I might lose some money, unrealized losses of probably 5% from here. So this is how, you make a decision. If let's say it's like a strong uptrend, then I might not even do options. I might just buy the share. For example, HIMS that I share in the ID group. Okay. Now, as much as we follow the rules, for example, delta less than minus 0.3, all of this, okay, there will be a potential probability that the options going to get assigned or exercise. All right, assign and exercise basically the same meaning. Yeah. Okay. Type agree. Type A if you agree. Okay. Even though you do all of these sort of like things that I share, there will be a probability that your options will get exercised or assigned. Okay. Why? Because if you look at the delta, you also choose delta minus less than 0.3 or minus 0.2, which is 20%. Still, there is a probability of 20%. And we also need to consider the idea of market crash. Okay, sometimes market crash comes as we are not aware about it. We might aware about it after 1 to 2 days. Yes, so your position, some of the position might already too late to recover. Okay, but as you are all aware, market crash doesn't come every year. Okay, it comes like once every 5 to 10 years. So if you do a proper way practices, you will make a lot of money. And market crash is also another bonus for you to make more money, because that's where, if you have a lot of cash, sell put is gonna be your friend. Okay, so there's few ways. All right, one is you cut loss by buying back your contract, and then the second one is you let it exercise and assign. Okay, but this is case by case basis, right? Case by case basis. So basically, when you do this, let's say you come in to your portfolio, and all of these positions are meant to make a monthly cash flow. So you don't really have an intention to own the stocks. You don't have an intention to own the stocks. So what can you do in this situation? Okay, so if let's say you see your TA, right? That's why I said you need to have at least 15 minutes to 30 minutes a day, even though you do options. And the idea is you just wanted to look into the technical chart to see whether there's a potential of your position going to get assigned or not. Okay, if it's got assigned, then before it got assigned, you can actually already anticipate whether it will get yourself assigned or not. Okay, so you want to know where will the share price go, uptrend, sideways, or downtrend. Okay, so if it's uptrend, usually when you look into it on a daily basis, you can already have an expectation that this most likely, you're confident that it is going to expire worthless. If it's downtrend, and you can see a clear downtrend, this is where I'm gonna close my put position. Let's say I sell a put position by buying it back from the market. How to do this? Quite simple. You just buy back the position. Okay, don't worry. I'll share with you more after this. Okay. Next one, sideways. So sideways, if to be honest, whenever I do options, I love to find stocks that is on a sideways, or that is on a V shape, meaning say, one moment here. Where's my? Okay, so it's like going down and then going up. So I want to look into this area here, so that I can get an opportunity. Yep, so that's how I do it lah. Okay, so sideways, usually what we'll do is I will let it exercise, and I will do the next strategy, which is covered call. Or if let's say suddenly there's a strong uptrend, I will sell it at capital gain. Okay, I will sell it at capital gain. So let me give you an example. Let me give you an example here. All right, so this is a company called Palantir. I sell a put option at on 24th of May, all right, at $8. Okay, at $8. Why I choose $8? Because I'm actually combining the swing trade, and also I wanted to own the share. Do you know what's the share price of Palantir now? Anyone knows? How much? Type in the chat if you know. PLTR. This is in 2022. Okay. Anyone wanted to try, go and Google or what? Yeah. It is at $76. Yeah. Now it's around $76. Imagine if you hold these stocks at $8, and then you're still holding it for 2 years. You forgot your password. You will have made 200%. Okay. Now, so I sell a put option at $8, and I make the money lah. All right, my premium. However, the share price goes swing trade, and then on the expiry date, okay, it actually gotten assigned. So expired and gotten assigned. Okay. Oh, good for you, Hazli. Gotten assigned here. So what you can do here, you have two ways. One, I can do a covered call on the same average price or slightly higher, or because I see that MACD uptrend, okay, I think I want to take a risk and aim for higher, then I can also sell at capital gain. So from here, not only I sell put, I make the premium, but I also make a capital gain from here. Okay. So type 2, if you understand the story here. Type 2, if you understand. I sell a put option premium, I sell a put option, receive premium, and my put option got assigned, and then the share price goes up. Then I sell the share at the capital gain. That's why the fundamental, the FATAM is really important, because even though your portion got assigned, because you know that you're holding a good company, okay, and the market agree with you, the share price will go up. It just, your return, it just gets better from here. Okay, so just to share with you a real story as well here on how a similar story, all right? So sell put strike price $2.5, and then 4% return, okay? And then today share price shoot up immediately. I sold the 100 unit with 9% return. That's why I put 11% here again. I forgot. Yeah. Oh, my math so bad. It's 13%, by the way. Okay, 13%. Okay, 13%. Okay, so this is another just an example of what the story that I share. So now I want to do a simple portfolio analysis for you, or portfolio how the expectation of capital that you have. All right, let's say, okay, this is just a like super simple explanation, and there's no, I didn't consider the risk management here. Okay, but what I want is I want to give you an idea on how you should do this. So let's say, you have, with a capital of 1,000, you sell a put option. Let's say you have 10,000, this 1,000 is designed for these stocks alone. So you do a sell put option expire worthless, then this $30 belongs to you. All right. And then now your 1,000 now are free. Meaning say it's not connected with any contract. After that, you do another sell put option. Okay, this is on a monthly basis, yeah. Then the put option expire worthless. All right, here you make $40. All right, why? Because premium change. Okay, sometimes you can make a lot, sometimes you can make less. As long as you fulfill the 2%, I think that's fine. And then on the third month, you sell put. However, this one put option assigned. Okay, I'm a bit greedy, so I make $50, but it's all of my 1,000 from cash become 100. Become the share. All right, become share now. Okay, so what I do is I can either, when the trend sideways or uptrend, I can sell at the capital gain. So minus 100 share. Now I also make a $100 capital gain. So this is 10% gain. So what I do is I just sell the share, and then once I sell the share, now my share become cash, become 1,000 cash. Then I proceed with another sell put. And then let's just assume your put option assigned, and then now you still receive the premium, but at the same time you own the 100 share. The next thing, alternative option that you can do is you can actually do a covered call. All right, where you can sell call and then you make the premium, and also you might be able to sell call at a higher price, which you make another capital gain here. And then you recycle sell put again, and then put option expire. And then this is how the circle of your money actually being generated. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So 6 months, you do this. Okay. And therefore, just using 1,000, you'll be able to make potentially a return of 43%. This is cumulative, but if it's monthly, not sure how much is this, huh? Around 7% return on investment. Okay. So this is the wheel of how you can utilize your capital. Okay. And then you just repeat lah. So making money through option is actually by right and by design, it should be boring. Yeah. This sell put 2%, it should be boring. It's not something that you go and screenshot and then go and show off, because there's nothing to show off. I mean, I only make like 2% a month. How to attract you to join my course? Nobody will see that. I need to, like, if I want to sort of like now ask you to buy my course, I need to show like 1,000%, 2,000%. Yeah. Okay. So are we clear? Type C if you are clear. Type C if you are clear. Okay. Type me, ME, if you think you can do this. You already have an idea. Oh, I think this is not bad. I think I can do this. Type me if you think you can do this. All right. So if you have account that can do options, you know what's stopping you? Execution, because I already shared with you everything, how to do this, what to do, what to press, all of this. Okay. So if you do this well, focus on the good stock with the right TA and cover your downside, you can actually do this. All right. So and that earlier I shared with you the OMIS requirement, okay? But this one I want to talk a bit about your portfolio size, okay? And this portfolio size, I'm only going to focus on options related, yeah. Long-term portfolio, short-term, the other strategy I don't include here because if I include everything, it's gonna be a mess, okay? So Hasni said with capital of 1,000, then have to find stocks below $10. Is it? Yes. Yeah, correct. So if let's say you want to do this, okay, you need to have to maintain stock to cash holding on a healthy ratio. So far, I mean, this works for me. 60% cash, 40% stocks. What does that mean? It means that if I have $10,000 portfolio size, 66,000 gonna be on cash, 4,000 gonna be in a form of stocks, where it's either I do a sell call or I wait for the share price to go up so that I can sell at a capital gain. Okay. So if let's say most of the time, if I see that my portfolio size, I own more than 40%, I will usually start to trim. Okay, I prefer to hold cash. Why? Why in this particular situation or the OMIS strategy, you prefer to hold cash? Anyone wanted to try to attempt? If you answer right, there's no price, but at least it gives you a good feeling. Yeah. And I wanted to try why you prefer to have hold more cash rather than stocks. Okay, Munchong said save bullets, label save capital in case of options being exercised as bullet. Okay, so Sam, for trading purposes, ready to exercise can buy more options. Margin. Lisa, I'm not sure what is margin. Wong, cash is king. You're right, but it's too general. Good answer, but not the answer that I want. Cash mostly liquid. Connie, not complete answer. Avoid liquidation issue. Not necessarily debit for new buying. Okay. Okay, the answer that I want you guys to have is this. With stocks holdings, you can only perform sell call or sell the stocks. However, with cash, you can do everything: sell put, and buy call. So your cash, with cash, I can do a lot of kung fu, but with stocks, I can only like do one kung fu. So you want to be flexible, or you want to be in a state where you can do a lot of stuff in that particular period. Okay, type okay. All right. Now, let me share with you a design of example. Okay, a design of example. So now, let's just assume you have $20,000. Okay, so this thing here, below here, the arrow, okay, represent the contract expiry date. So the idea for you to do options is designed to be in this kind of way. Okay, so if let's say you just started, you have 20,000, this is what you need to do first. You're gonna take $7,000, okay, to open a contract. Okay, so let's say you have 7,000, you sell put on stock A, stock B, stock C. Okay, you sell put on stock A, stock B, stock C, whatever the stock is. Okay, then here, this allocation here is probably 30 to 40% of your total options portfolio size, according to the opportunities that you found. Okay, which also means this 7,000 is 35% of your portfolio exposure. All right, type F if you follow this first step to making a 2% a month. Okay, so when you export 7,000, you have 13,000 that you haven't applied. Correct? Okay. Once you've done this, the next thing is you need to open another 7,000 because you have 20,000, right? So you need to open another 7,000 and you open another second batch. Okay. However, what's the requirement? You open the second batch when the probability for the option contract from the first batch expire worthless is high. Okay. Type F if you follow. Only open the second batch when the probability for the option contract from the first batch expire worthless is high. Meaning to say, you look in the TA, let's say you sell put at your strike price is $5. Then you sell put for 1 month. After 2 weeks, you see that the share price going up and up higher than the strike price that you have set. Okay. So, and you're confident that the probability for this option to get expired is high, then you can actually open another batch here. Okay, 7,000. So here let's just assume it's a monthly contract lah. Okay, make it easier. So in this period here, you know how much you expose? You're actually exposing 14,000. Okay, in this one area here. Okay, because this contract is still alive or still open, haven't expired. And then you open another contract. So this is the overlap of capital exposure. In that sense, your capital exposure 70% here. However, is this big? Yes, it's big. However, like I said, you only do this after you see a huge confidence on this going to expire worthless. So let's just assume this is 2 weeks and then this is 2 weeks. Okay, and then this is 2 weeks and then this is 2 weeks. All right, and then finally, all right, the last bullet, 5,000, you open the third batch. Okay, you open the third batch. And this third batch, you open the third batch when you see, which is the last week. Okay, you see that, oh, the first position going to expire worthless. I also make 90% of the profit already, or around 70 to 80. And then the second batch seems to doing well. Probably like one got sangkut, but overall, in terms of cash to stock ratio is healthy. Then you can open the third batch. So there will be in one week time, your portfolio will be 95% exposed. Okay, it will be 95% exposed. Type F if you follow. Type F if you follow. Okay, then after, okay, good job. Then after that, after the first batch expire worthless, this money are no longer hold on the first batch contract, options contract. Why? Because it's already expired. And therefore, your capital exposure from 95%, now it dropped to 60%. Okay, because the first batch option expire worthless. All right, type aha if you get the idea. All right. Okay, so is this easy? Not necessarily easy. You need to build a momentum. Meaning to say, on your first month, you might not make a lot of money, but that's where you see my first slides or MIS, people running on the money. Yeah, that's basically the idea is. Okay, and then you just repeat now. Okay, so repeat. Like I said, this strategy should when you apply this, when I apply this, I don't feel any excitement doing this. Okay, and I don't feel the how should I put this? Sometimes you're so happy when you make a lot of money. Okay, I do that. I have that kind of emotion when I do call options, or when I make like 200%. But when I do this 2% a month, I'm happy, but not the emotionally influence happy. I feel content. And when you do that, you need to have that kind of level of routine. Yeah, it's like going to the gym every week. You feel tired, but once you go to the gym, you feel good. Okay, but you don't feel like, oh, this is the best feeling. It's just that it's somehow becoming a habit whereby making a 2% is not something big of a deal. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yes, peaceful. Yeah. So I prefer, you guys to have go through a peaceful trading rather than roller coaster. Okay. I mean, I do have like few roller coaster position where I don't share to public. I share it to only my closest friend that know how crazy I am. But yeah, I mean, you guys get the point. Okay. Now, saying that, there's also a cases whereby whereby there are times where you can close your option position early. All right. What does that mean? It means that sometimes, for example, you sell put at this stock A, right? You sell put at strike price of $5. All right, let's say $5, and you did a 1 month contract. You sell put today, then next day suddenly the share price from $5 goes to $10. Okay, so if you look into your options premium here, your unrealized gain might be at least 85 or 90% already. Okay, what does that mean? It means that when you sell a put option, you have 1 month. However, because the share price is too far from the strike price, usually your premium, okay, premium, you will already realize that gain as fast. So in this situation, you can actually consider to close your position early. All right, what does that mean? It means that close your position. Let's say you make $50, all right, on that particular contract. And if you close your position early, you instead of making $50, you only make $45 because that difference $5, you pay it back to the market because for the 2 weeks, okay, for the 2 weeks of that particular contract, okay. Type F if you follow this idea. Type F if you follow this idea. So you don't need to hold, okay. There will be a situation like this. And what's the standard when to do this? Usually, if let's say the unrealized gain is already around 85% and the contract expiry left is around 2 weeks, this is like minimum lah. Yeah, but if let's say you can get it within 2 days, okay. I mean, market sometimes goes crazy. You can just close and then open another new position, okay. So just to give you a storyline or idea, okay. So this is one of my clients as well. Now she's been making 2 to 5% a week. Yeah, okay. So who wants to be like her? All right, type me if you want to be like her. Yeah. Okay. So I'll just give you an idea of her background. Indirect. I mean, I'm not gonna share who is she, but she works under audit company. Okay, and she worked. I mean, from her stories, the way that she told me that she worked from 8 a.m. until 8 p.m. Yeah, but she still can do this because it's simple, and she do it in such a way that it doesn't affect her day-to-day job or day-to-day life. All right. So you want to have and you want to design your strategy in such a way you can also do it. Okay. Now, anyone have any questions before we continue to the next story, whereby how to apply, and I try my best to design for you as detailed as possible. Okay, if there's no story, can we just type S for start? Okay, now, so if we go through the day one, I already shared with you all the basics. This morning, I talked about technical terms, all right? I simplify it, how to use, and then I also share with you how to make money, how to make second income, all right? And also how to fix it if things go wrong and how to actually apply it, all right, with 20,000 portfolio. However, I also aware that not all of us have 20,000. Some might have more than 20,000, correct? And some might have less. So this is where I want to show you how you can actually design what's the right strategy for you or what's the right position, okay? Connie asks, USD, yes, because option can only be done in the US market. Okay, the one that you're gonna apply or do will only be doing it at US market. Option can do for Europe market as well, but I don't do Europe. I think Hong Kong can as well, but I never try. Yeah, I only do US. Why US? Because that's where the money is. So this is the formula, yeah. But again, this formula is not fixed. You can change it, but I'll just give you a guide. So let's say, your total, if you want to, how do you know what's the right options for you? Okay, this is what you can do. Now, you guys know how big is your portfolio, right? I mean, you guys should know how much you have. Okay, so this total portfolio here, you just find your calculator or whatever platform that you have. You use that as a reference and then just write it. Okay, times 20% will be the stocks that you can, the amount of stocks that you can go for. All right, meaning say, let's say here is 10,000 times 20%, this is 2,000. 2,000 divided by 100 share will be $20. So that's the company that you can sell put on. That's the price, right? The share price of a company that you can sell put on. So anything below this price here, all right, will be your opportunity to sell put with OMIS strategy. Meaning to say, if let's say I have 50,000 times 20%, it means 10,000 ringgit. Okay, so 10,000 ringgit divided by 100 share, and I will get $100. So any stocks opportunity below $100 is my opportunity to sell put. Okay, to do OMIS strategy. Okay. Type F if you follow. Type me if you now know how much of the opportunity that you can go for. Type me if you know your opportunity. Yeah, so this is mine. For example, I only have 5,000 to start. 5,000 times 20%, 1,000. So I can only find strike price $10. Okay. Type COOL, cool, if you think that that information is helpful and it gives you a clear guides on how to do it. Okay. All right. Now, let me share with you the next thing is how to find your opportunity. Okay, how to find your opportunity. You guys able to see the screen that I'm showing? Okay, so now you already know how much money or what's the share price that you can look into for you to perform sell put, correct? The second thing is how to find the opportunity. So you can go to this website called Finviz. Okay, this website called Finviz. Let me just copy this and then share it here. Okay, so you can bookmark this website. Okay, everyone is here? Everyone is here? I'm not gonna take long time here because this should be quick, right? This should be easy. Type F if you are here with me. Okay. Okay. Then what you need to go is you can go ahead and press this thing called screener. Here, Finviz, screener. Just go ahead and press screener. Okay. So the moment you press screener, it will bring you into this page here. Okay, it will bring you into this page here. Next, what you need to do is you can go to, can you see here? Options and short. Okay, just press here and then there will be a rows of lists to do. So two things that you can go for. One is you want to find stocks that is optionable, and you can also look into optionable and not shortable. Okay, what does this mean? Optionable and not shortable. All right, in the US stock market, not all stocks can do options. Okay, so you want to filter an opportunity whereby you can do options. And the second one is there are also stocks that you cannot do short. Okay. However, if you choose this, your opportunity for stocks will be less. So the smaller your capital is, the lesser opportunity that you have. As you know, like I shared, if let's say your portfolio is 5,000, you can only sell put $10 and below. Okay, but if you have 1 million, you can basically sell put at anything. Okay, so that's how the portfolio size play a role. So here I'm going to choose optionable. Okay, and then you can see here, I already set this. And the next thing that I'm going to do here is Remember, guys, remember the price that you can look into. Okay, you can go here and then you get, for me, let's say my portfolio size is 5,000. I choose under $10 because this is how my portfolio size. I mean, my portfolio size can only do this, so I just choose under $10. Okay, type 2 if you are with me. Type 2 if you are with me now. Okay, so now you have 1,222 opportunity. Okay, 1,222 opportunity. In fact, there's a lot of stocks you can look into. Okay, but here's the thing. I only look into optionable and price under $10. What you need to do is you need to go to fundamental here, and then you need to play around this fundamental. Okay, so that you'll be able to make your screener much more sexy or much more quality. All right. So type WOW if you get the idea. Yeah. Okay. So this is where the application is gonna start. Okay. So for example, let's say let me just choose market cap that is the highest. For example, I show you how I do it. Okay. Oh, another thing is I prefer under this country, I prefer to only have US. Yeah, I prefer to only have US. So probably in this descriptive, I can just check where's the country. Okay, I prefer to only trade options on the US listed company. Okay, some, like if you look Spain actually listed their company in the US. Yeah, so I have 923. Okay, so go to market cap. I'll just show you how I do it. All right. So for example, the first company, AUR, what is this? I have no idea. So what we do, guys, we go to Barron's and then type the ticker AUR just to know what is the company that we are dealing with. Okay, Aurora Innovation. All right, let's look into this company. Aurora Innovation engaged in automobile, hardware, software, and data services. So they are basically on automobile business or automotive business. Then you go to look into their financials. Just a quick one. So I can see their sales revenue, and here the data that's not complete. What happened? I have no idea. Then move on to net income. Look into the net income. Oh, in losses. Is this a growth company? What is this? Okay, market cap 15 billion. Oh, something is, I still cannot connect the dot. Earning per share diluted negative. All right. Okay, I can see that their earnings is not good. And then balance sheet, look into the cash, 1.2 billion. Scroll down, look into their short-term debt, 15 million. Oh, not too bad, healthy. And then look into their equities. Total shareholder equities is recovering. All right. Not really, not a great company. Okay. Can look into it, but let's continue our study first. And then we go to cash flow statement here. I just wanted to look into whether they have a good cash flow or not. From here, okay, I can see that their cash flow is bad. Okay, actually it's good, all right, good in a sense of they reported that their losses is 214 million, but the actual cash that they have lost is 191. But still, it's in red color. It's negative, means it's bad lah. Okay, so here when I look into this, if I'm interested to study more, I will go to their website. Okay, I'll just gonna copy this. Copy and then okay. All right, it's a self-driving company. Oh my God, this company gonna be eaten by Tesla. No, I'm joking. I have never studied. Yeah. Okay. So this is what the company do. All right. And then after that, if let's say I want to know what's the price of the company. Oh, recently the share price went up a lot. I have no idea what happened, but so far, it looks not bad, not good, definitely not my first pick, but guys, can you see how much time that I spend? Probably less than 5 if I don't talk. I just like do my own stuff. So from here, I think that, I can watch this, I can monitor, but I'm not gonna put this in my closest watch list. So what you can do is you can move on and then go to the next one. VFS. All right. Oh, I know this one. This is a Vietnamese auto manufacturer. Sorry, Vietnamese car. Yeah. And then UWM, and then here, so on and so forth. Again, this is how you can find. Or if you, let's say you want to increase, now you have 923, you want to make it much more easier, you can either go to fundamental or technical. Again, just, play around. ROE, just go for over 15%. Yeah, so now you have a 35 stocks you can start with. Okay, type good if you can do it on your own after this. After 4 p.m., you take a nap, you wake up. Oh, now I know how to utilize my $10,000, $20,000. Any questions so far? Any questions? Anyone have any questions? Before we continue to our next session. All right, if there's no question, can you type good? Oh, so Gary said, need to rewatch the entire to digest properly. Yes. Okay. Sandra said, do you have all the parameters in one sheet? No, I do not have. Okay. Idle cash in the platform can get interest. Hastily, this is depending on the platform that you use. However, I believe most of the platform existingly, they do offer. But in terms of percentage-wise, I don't really know. This one need to go through the platform to go and have a look at it. Yeah. So Kim Yong said, what do you usually play around with it in fundamental and technical? Play around, I will be looking into fundamental. ROE, I don't want to push to 50% because I might miss the good one. So I just go as high as 15%. Debt to equity 0.4, less than 0.4. However, sometimes I will go for ROE first. If let's say the selection of stocks already around 40, I will stop my screener. For me, 40 I can handle that kind of volume for me to study. Okay. So Sandra, what is the good ROE? 15% and above. I think it's good. Yeah. All right. Any questions? Anyone have any questions? So you guys, by right, you should be able to know how much, what's the share price for your position or your portfolio. You can do options on by right at this point of time lah. Okay. If there's no question, can you type C for no questions? Why C? I have no idea. It's, oh, I know. Okay, last I because it's the closest to your finger. Okay. All right, awesome. Okay, so now let's take a 3-minute break. Okay, go to toilet, take a water, because right after this, I am going to invite two lovely options trader that I have been working with for long, and I also intend to work with them longer. And I believe they can actually share something from the end, a story. How do they start, and also how do where they are now and what do they plan in the future. You can just ask them. Okay, don't ask me because I don't have the questions. Okay, you know what, I'll just share with you. I just text them, hey, this Sunday can you join, help me? And then they ask me like, what's the content? The content actually, I don't have the content. You ask their the attendants will ask you, you okay? Then they say just okay. Yeah, so you can ask them any questions related with options. You can also ask whether they're single or not, but it's entirely up to them if they want to answer lah, respond. Okay, so let's take a 3-minute break, and while you're going to toilet or take your water, maybe find any questions that you can have, so that you can just ask them. Okay, So now it's 2:25. Let's come back at 2:23. I think I'm gonna invite them at 2:30 p.m. Okay? Type okay if you're good. All right, awesome. So in that case, let's okay, I'll see you at 2:29 lah. All right, I see you at 2:29. All right. So take a break, guys. Let's have the two person that I'm welcoming, okay? And they are here, so I'm gonna ask them to unmute. Ask to unmute. Okay. So guys, give a round of applause to Melvin and Jukyang.
Hello everyone.
Hey guys.
Okay, can you guys hear them? Can you guys hear? Type 1 if you can hear. Wait, okay, it's not okay. Wait, I'm trying to make them. Okay, never mind. Okay, I think this should be okay. All right. So again, so Melvin here, okay, just to give a little of background, and then you guys can ask them any question that you want in the chat. Okay, is prior before he become full-time trader or options, no, sorry, not full-time, option trader, all right, part-time trader. He also joined whatever that you are going to attend here. Okay, and I bring him up here because he made a good result for himself and a good story to share, and I think you guys will be able to benefit from it. Okay, so any question that you want to ask, for example, I think maybe some of you, oh, my portfolio is 2,000, 3,000, or whatever amount, just ask. Okay, I think that's question is valid. Okay, that will be Melvin. All right, so here Jukyang as well, also joined before, prior to what he is now. He joined Savvy as a student as well, and also going through the same experience. Okay, and if you guys join the 3 days workshop, I believe you might have met like Jenny and all the other students, right, where they share their own story, their own version of story. So today I specifically bring both of them here because they are the tendency, some people love long-term investment, some do trading, but through day trade or short term. Okay, but since our topic will be mainly focusing on options, and they are the 2% that I know have a great story and great success story, that's why I bring them. Okay, so Melvin, I think let's start with Melvin first. Melvin, you can share a little bit about yourself and just a general story, and then Jukyang, you can also share yours. Okay, yeah, please go ahead, take this stage.
Thank you, Julio. Thanks for bringing me around. It's an honor to be in this stage with you. Hello, everybody. My name is Melvin. A little bit about myself is I started options trading, I think, around August 2022. And back in day one, if some of you remember, I was the former winner of the bear market challenge. And if you all remember as well, 2022 was a tough market. And before I started trading options, I started like I think everybody else in Bursa, Malaysia. And I have not a lot of great story to tell about that because my portfolio is super rare. It was super bear market and I wasn't really happy. How many of you believe that Malaysian market are manipulated? If you think you agree with me, type M in the chat market. Manipulator has many meaning. One of the example that I encounter is if there's a good profit earning, market price goes down. If there's a bad news, the share price can go up. What a funny market. And I'm not really done so well on that. So nearing to August, wow, there's a lot of people agree with. Thank you so much. So nearing to August 2022, Savvy, I got into the education platform, got learned into a gift of freedom, GOF. I think some of you are familiar with this name. And afterwards, Julio came up and introduced option trading education, just like this one. I was one sitting in your seat right now, both in physical class and as well as virtual class. And come to August 2022 again, he was kind enough to put up a challenge for us to show who are the people who can make the most money in months' time to demonstrate what we have practiced so far. So I came out on top, and ever since then, I've shown a consistent result to myself, and I've been drawing consistent income from just option trading, selling put about 80% of the time, and been doing so with any kind of market direction, be it now very bull, 1 year ago sideways, or maybe 2 years ago really bear market. So that's my journey from 2 years ago until now, and I hope I can inspire many of you to be people like me and Ju Kiang in this call. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Melvin. All right, you can go ahead.
Hello everyone, I am Juken, or you can call me JK. So I think I about same as Marvin. I start my option I think around already 3 years, I think. So long story short, the funny thing is I want to share about my starting capital for option. Actually only 1,000. Can you believe it? I start my option trading with only 1,000. So for when I using $1,000 as the option as my starting capital, I face a lot of challenging. For example, I only able to trade stock that below 10 below 10,000 below $10, and I cannot not able to afford if the option the sell put been exercised in USD.
1,000 USD. Yeah.
1,000 USD. So why I start with 1,000? Because initially I got 4,000 USD and I lost half of my capital due to sin trade. And after that, I only able to use 1,000 for the option. So is usually to trade option under 1,000 actually is very challenging. First, we are very hard to find company with a good TA. Good FA. The second is TA. So usually I will go for company like BlackBerry, FSLY, something like that. Yeah. So it's very risky. Once the option been exercised, I got no other way. I have to do covered call or I have to top up my capital. So I believe in what in only worry, let's say you don't have enough capital, even though you have only got 1,000, just start and be careful, take care your risk, and then try to get try to top up, get a lot of capital as possible as you can. And while you are holding a small capital, just focus on learning how to do sell put, how to reduce the risk, and study TA, and don't don't lost hope. Just try. Okay.
All right. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. Okay. So I think part of the things, again, reason why I invited both of them, Melvin and JK here, all right, guys, is I want, you guys to ask questions, okay? You guys to ask questions. So I think, for example, Philip here asked, like, teach me how to use only 1,000, okay? So if, let's say, you want to trade using 1,000, I have my opinion. Definitely Melvin and Ju Kiang have their own opinion. Okay, so to make sure that everyone understand the language that we are using, when we say 1,000 or 2,000, we only talk about USD, okay? Unless we mention that, it's in ringgit, so that the information are clear and you guys understand as well. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay. So so start with 1,000, please. Okay, so let me start, and then maybe Melvin or Ju Kiang, if you guys want to chip in, you can just sort of like interrupt. I mean, to be fair, last time, okay, you cannot trade 1,000. If you go use interactive broker, if you only fund 1,000, they will not allow you to trade options.
Yeah. Actually, now also.
Now also,
Yeah. Yes. So because I start with 4,000, then I able to trade option.
I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they only allow like above 2,000, right? For
Above 2,000, yes.
so if
Mm.
let's use interactive broker, if your money is below 2,000, they will not allow you to trade. Okay. However, Mumu, I'm not sure. Um,
Mm.
have 2,000, 1,000. Do they allow you to do sell put?
I'm not sure.
Okay, see,
I'm
always
not
make
sure.
money down. They don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but let's discuss on a healthy. Okay, guys. Do you think $5,000 is a healthy amount to start with? Options. Type yes if you think so. I think if let's say you have 5,000, you're not really in a situation where it is tight. Right? Tight as in what? Tight as in, like I say, if you do a formula, if you do 1,000 with your portfolio with 1,000, the maximum share price that you can actually do, if let's say you use the portfolio calculation that I did, is $2. All right, $2 times 100, $200. So to find fundamentally good stocks with a $2, not really easy. Okay, but I think Melvin started his journey with less than 5,000. Correct, Melvin? Can you just share with
Yes.
them the idea how you start?
It's about 3,000 plus. Uh, Before I talk about my story, I want to give everybody my own worldview here. We live in a capitalist market. What that means is the rich are getting richer, poorer are continue to struggle, and we all here with a sole purpose of making money. I hope everybody agree with me on that part. And with more money, more capital position that you have, that means you have more optionality. Optionality means choice. And with me starting at 3,000, it's also a challenge for me to find a stock that is less than $30 per counter. Now, some of you only have 1,000. I would encourage you to practice first. If you can't trade with your money, use paper trading. Both Momo and Interactive Broker does provide this functionality for you to gain confidence. I gained my own confidence through the option bear market challenge. Then I had conviction to put in more money and stay with the market. Now, to me, if $1,000 is still a barrier that you need to start, I think my opinion, this is my own personal opinion, you're in for the trade already. You're not really in for the fundamental analysis. The FATARM, FATARM, your weightage on the TA will be higher. For example, there are plenty of counters that are under $10. For example, like Nano Dimension, NMDM, GPS, GAP, MQ, MTTR, just to name a few, that if you look at their chart, are like a roller coaster. To me, a roller coaster chart is having a high implied volatility, and you probably have higher chance to have our option expire if the trend are going with you. Now, with that being said, you probably doesn't want to own those stocks because they are fundamentally not correct. It's for you to have a conviction that if market goes against your direction, you probably want to close loss or maybe roll it down if that allows. I don't think we covered rolling in this today's course, but there is an option for you to roll things down or close your position and find another counter to trade in. So again, my opinion is if you're lesser capital, your risk is higher because you have lesser choice and your position are much more on technical analysis than fundamental analysis, just for you to grow that capital position before you go for the full FATARM. That's my opinion. Back to you, Julio.
All
Yeah,
right.
thank you, Marvin. So to avoid misunderstanding that we can be able to start option with 1,000, what Marvin said is really true. I faced a lot of challenges during I only got 1,000 capital. That's why I try my very best to find more capital to fund in. And at the same time, I also very particular, other than the FA, I very particular with the TA. Sometimes it's very risky and not everyone can take it.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. So I think what they share is the smaller your capital is, the higher your reliance on the technical analysis, all right, rather than the FA. Okay, so I mean, to be fair, you see, guys, if let's say, okay, I'll share with you a screen. Okay, but before that, if you have any question, you can just ask a question. Let me just prepare. Yeah, you can ask Melvin things like, hey, what do you do every morning, or how many hours you spend? Do you have any secret code that you do? I mean, that's a good question, right? His routine, how he managed to keep up the momentum, all of this. That is one of the questions that you can ask. Okay, but before that, let me share with you all. Did anyone knows what this SPLG is? What is SPLG? All right. So SPLG is the S&P 500. Okay. Usually, Mingtech usually share, if let's say you want to have safe investment, blah blah blah, just buy SPLG and do dollar cost averaging. Correct? This is what usually Mingtech say. Okay, but another way for you to improve your money, meaning say make more money, not only do a DCA, is actually by selling a put options. All right, you're basically buying the whole S&P 500. And if you look into the historical trend, this is a monthly chart. It has been going up and up and up. And you're doing a sell put every month, right? So this is, in a way, I see this as a cheat code lah, all right, to make easy money. You just sell put. I mean, if it's assigned, as long as US is still the leader, then the share price will go up. And then you can sell at the capital gain, or you can do a covered call, whatever the strategy is. So, however, what's the not so good situation here is, it's getting more and more expensive. Okay, now it's getting more and more expensive. So there's a strong reason why you need to be rich fast, so that things like this you can actually still take advantage, right? Other than that, let me check QQQ how much. Oh, okay, sorry, QQQ is so expensive now. Yeah, so if let's say you want to sell put on QQQ, $520, this is not an ideal opportunity for everyone. Okay, one way you can start to find a good deals with a smaller portfolio will be mainly on the ETF side, where it is much more generic. Okay, that's one. Second will be, you might need to go through the much more risky strategy, risky approach, where you are going to rely more on TA since your capital is small. Okay, but at the same time, you also wanted to find extra income to pump into your portfolio, so that you are not in a position of being squeezed. Okay, that will be how I see it. Okay. All right, now there's a lot of questions that coming in. Thank you so much. So, okay, Janie said, thank you, Melvin, Sifu, JK, Sifu. I know I'm often very formal and I find it tough to control. Fatam is a must. What's your advice to maintain emotional resilience and stay composed and cool to prevent mistakes? This is, from Jenny question is, I can say that, learning Fatam, everything, she's good. Okay, the only thing that she want to understand is how to maintain emotional resilience. I didn't do it here in the workshop, yeah. So yeah, maybe, as a trader, all right, maybe you can share a bit, Melvin and JK. Yeah.
Well, let me start first. Thank you, Jenny, for that great question. I think everybody that spend some money, spend your weekend time being here is one of the way to increase your emotional resilience already. What do I mean by that? Increasing emotional resilience is having knowledge on yourself. Learn how to do things. To me, that's my biggest advice already. For me to maintain that resiliency in the market, not FOMO and sell close loss and stuff like that, is to know exactly what I'm doing, is to learn. Now, how am I doing it further is to maintain a watch list, and watch list will also help you to build conviction on all the positions that you take, be it sell put, buy call, or sell call, whatever that you want to, in order to make money. Is really about building that conviction. Why are you taking position on stock A instead of stock B? There must be a reason you can answer. So Jenny also mentioned about FATA. The way you answer those positions that you took is what is so good about the FA. Why now? TA is answering the question of why now. And RM is all about your position size. Is your position size correct or not? So what you learned so far in these 2 days is a huge chunk of building your emotional resilience. And to do that is to keep on practicing until you don't need to look at your notes, you know what to do, just like driving. I remember the days of my 17-year-old when I drive my father's car, emotional roller coaster. You probably feel that now using options. Now I've been doing it for like two and plus more years. It's like second nature to me already. And also to answer your question, I can maintain that emotional resilience when market ups or down. And I even like a volatile market because I can know that implied volatility goes up, my premium goes up, and my income also goes up at the same time. So that's my take. Thanks, Jenny, for that question.
Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Wow. Wow,
You-
thanks, Praveen. Actually, I also learned a lot from you. Actually, yeah, until now, I'm still FOMO, actually. I am very type of formal trader actually. So other than you have to keep on remember FATARM and the emotionally control also need to be you have to have yourself on alert. When you feel like you already formal, then why not you take a break and then think why you want to take that position? Why the share price up a lot? Is it because of news? Is it because of the fundamental, the FA, and then think, can you afford the risk? If you buy on the at the top at the current price at the market price, do you able to counter the what is your action plan? What if you buy at a higher price and then the share price drop? What happened to your portfolio? Right. So you have to have the action plan. So and always follow back FATARM. Okay, for example, let's say you ready for more, you want to participate in a particular trade, and then you check back your portfolio. How many percent you afford to lose? For example, 2%. So if 2%, then if anything happen to the share price, are you comfortable to cut loss? Will you immediately cut loss if lost more than 2%? So understand your own portfolio and how many risks you're able to take. And it will cure your FOMO, like what I'm doing now.
All right. Thank you so much. So yeah, I think it's really, really good. Whenever you feel FOMO at all, you go back to the logical opinions that you have created. Yeah, I think it's easy for you to do a setup and then see things do differently, then goes back to the whiteboard and make sure that you understand what you're doing. Okay. Because guys, just to share with you, and I think this is silly, whether you make money or lose money, to be fair, the market doesn't really care. Yeah. Whether you hate it or you love the market don't even care who you are. So we just come in, we make money, and we peacefully go out and just keep on doing that. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, you only see the numbers inside. So these are the community that we are building, so that that numbers tells us something, and this something can help us to build our wealth. Okay, so Yong asks, all right, Yong Hokming asks, okay, what's the duration you usually take? Will you go for a shorter duration if the chart is volatile? The question that you asked, Yong, I think I don't really understand, but I'm going to assume you are asking about sell put options. Okay, so maybe we can just start that kind of questions. Okay, and Melvin, you want to
Sure.
share something? Yeah.
Sure, that's a great assumption. If sell put, sell call, buy call are all different treatment. Yeah. So the majority of our 2 days course is talking about sell put. So I'm gonna also assume the same thing. Now, I always mention I like volatility. So if you all remember, right, can you type in the chat, what are the 3 characteristics of option? Let me give one clue. One characteristic or the lever that we can pull is delta. What else the other 2, if you all remember? Let's do a bit of exercise over here. Delta is one lever. What else? IV, correct. And time decay, right? Now, the summary of IV, delta, time decay, to me, is I have to fit a criteria called 2% on top of the capital that I put in. So it doesn't matter if I do a weekly option, monthly option, as long as it's more than 2%, I would think about it and I probably were going to take it. So I do see, especially in a higher volatile market, even a weekly option that expires 7 days in advance or will expire 2 weeks in advance are more than 2%. Do I think it's a great deal? How do I answer that question? I look at TA. Do I think that do I want to own that share? I will look at FA. If all that question is yes, I'll take the deal. And always remember that before you click the sell button, is it going to fit your RM or not, your risk management? Is it more than 10%, 20% of your portfolio? If all that question, yes, I think you have a lot of conviction and you can able to sleep well at night knowing that you also already earn your income. That's my comment.
Thank you. Okay, Jack. Yeah, Jackie, anything you want to share about this?
Um, I think similar with Melvin also. I not really have to take 2 weeks time or one month or whatever. So basically just back to the basic sell put, what is the delta, how is the FATAM and TA. So usually like let's say if the company is very volatile, then I might not really take the chance because volatile today is $5, maybe tomorrow become $3. So I might avoid this kind of chart. So back to the basic TA, and is the price on the support or near the support. So usually the strike price I will choose is below the support or near the support. Or I will not choose above the support. So it's really depend on what kind of company, what kind of TA, and and the delta actually is very important.
Yeah, I also want to top on what JK has said, right? Julie also shared this slide about with the wheel strategy. So the reason why maybe both of us don't really care about is it a weekly option or monthly option, because if you do it consistently, that means if you sell every bi-weekly option and you do it on the next bi-weekly, your next bi-weekly and next bi-weekly, you end up to feel that every bi-weekly you have an option income. That becomes an income already. If you do it every month, then every month you have an income. To me personally, while I'm still doing option trading right now, I'm doing multiple contracts on a weekly basis, be it 2 weeks in advance, 4 weeks in advance. Sometimes I do 6 weeks in advance. And every week I have options expiring and receiving a full 100% of profit. I also posted one of my result last week in Facebook. Some of you have not seen it. Those are some of the examples that I do multiple contracts, multiple positions of an expiring position that I had 100% profit. So that's my practice.
Thank you. Yeah. I think the the thing that they share, all right, Melvin and Chu Kiang share. This is what I mentioned, guys, where I share you guys a criteria of monthly income, option monthly income criteria. And I share with you guys that this is a general idea. And once you really like know how to do it, you get used to it, it somehow, you somehow can design your own strategy where it fits your risk tolerance, it fits your portfolio size, and in the end, it fits your goal. That's basically what matters and how you should do in future. All right, you can take the idea that I shared as a general guidelines, and then once you apply and you try and make it into your strategy, all right, your unique strategy. Okay, now there's a question by Hasley. Okay, 48. Do I use daily, weekly, or daily or weekly? Maybe you guys wanted to answer this or respond to this. Anyone of you?
I only use daily.
Yeah, same. Only daily is a short.
Daily.
Yes. It's an easy question, lah. All right. Yeah, I usually only use daily. Weekly, if let's say I use weekly or monthly, it's more to look into the bigger picture of a trend. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Jolo, you're right. I sometimes do leap options. For those who does not remember what leap option means, it's a really long buy call. Then I'll use weekly option to see, weekly time frame to see what is the longer trend, longer run in like 200 MA or 100 MA kind of analysis. So only very rare situation that I'll use that. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. All right. JK, there's a question from Clara. All right, JK, basically, she asked, okay, what mistake that you can share so that prevent it.
Okay. So actually I only lost 2,000, but technically it's not totally lost. Because the time I'm still confusing. Am I a long-term trader or long-term investor or the short-term trader? So the company that I brought actually is not a bad company. It's a very good company. Example, I think I can share is SoFi and C Limited. Both of them crashed after I buy it, and that time I thought I am the long-term portfolio. I'm a long-term investor, so I am comfortable to use half of my portfolio um in for the long term, and then the other half for the short term. So this is what happened after I buy C Limited and SoFi, and then the market crashed, and I got a crazy um unrealized profit loss. Yeah.
Mm.
So how to prevent? So you have before you do any trade, and even today you have to tell yourself, are you more suitable for the long term or more suitable for the short term? If for short term, then you can go for swing trade and the option. But if you prefer long term, then you have to think that do you have comfortable if the share price drop more than 30%? Are you able to top up or to average down? And if you're not able to do that, then I think most probably you are the short-term trader. Don't ever to try long-term.
All right. Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
just say, let's say you don't sell, you have
Ha.
a lot of money. Yeah. But
Yes. Yes.
so I think the lesson learned here is, sometimes when you choose good stocks, okay, what prevent you from making a lot of money is not because you don't have a capital, as in to trade. All right. Most of the time, it's more of an emotional and also holding power. Yeah. All right. And I also see that multiple times on other experienced investor as well. I myself have made a mistake. I'll just give you a short idea. I bought Palantir at I think around $8. All right. And then I keep on like sharing my result lah. Wanted to show off to my friends. Yeah. Then I did a covered call. Okay. Because I think I did a covered call at $20 because during that time the price is at 17, 18-ish. So I just want to take a premium. Okay. And I don't want it to get assigned. So I think it's quite far. And the premium that I get is probably like 1 to 2% for 1 month. Yeah. So I think not bad. Let's go for it. Okay. Mana tahu, because I was so busy, I think this is during the investors day as well. And then I opened my account. Hey, where's my Palantir stocks? Yeah, it's gone. Yeah. Meaning say it's already, I make the premium, I make a capital gain of 100%. But if I hold, I will have made 300%. Yeah. So that's just a story on um, sometimes being too smart is also not good.
So Julia got question for you. Are you
Yeah.
formal after your cell comp with exercise?
I actually did another sell put, and I've been selling a put option as well.
Yeah.
So not formal I do have, but like sometimes you need to be grateful, as in, as long as people losing money, I'm making money, and then the other people make a lot of money. So I'm in the middle. All right, I'm not losing money, I'm making money, not so much, but I'm not losing. So okay lah, can feel like, forgive myself. Yeah.
Yeah, 100% is a great gain.
Yeah, great gain. Yeah. And a lot of our members as well managed to get that,
Wow.
especially those that buy in 2022 and keep on holding up until now. All right. So okay, now there's a question for Melvin, especially. Okay. So Young asks, okay, do you sell put at 0 DTE? Wow, this is like good questions. Yeah, go ahead, Melvin.
Normally I won't. For people who don't understand DTE, maybe I think I assuming it's 0 day to expiry. Normally won't, because we learned about time decay. Whenever there's a date that is closer to expiry each day, right, the premium is lower and lower and lower. As a seller, because we all thought to be a net seller in option, right, it becomes less and less attractive. So I would not do that unless that I have, I have some other ideas or want to use some advanced option strategy. So most likely no. That's my answer.
Mm.
Okay. Oh, you answered the Philip questions, Melvin?
Oh no. Okay. So
Yeah.
going
Go
to
ahead.
the Philip's question, what kind of option, advanced option strategy, or I'll only do sell put strategy? Uh, in aggregate, I think 70% of the time I do sell put. I do, a rare and very strategic advanced option strategy. For example, like straddle put. Example, I sell put and buy call at the same time. It's also otherwise known as a poor man call strategy. I also do calendar spread, debit spread, meaning to say I sell put on a date and then do a buy call another date to finance that call. I do like that. One example I can point out is when Palantir was still $30, I buy a call, a lead call, and then a sell call at $40. So there's a delta of $1,000, right? So today, how much Palantir is worth right now? About 70 plus. So although I don't lose money, but then my profit was capped. Those are the at the time why I want to do this option advanced option strategy, because I know that Palantir is bull, but then I did not know it's this bull. It was extremely rocketing up. So I just need to review on myself how come I didn't buy more or buy even more aggressive call options on Palantir. But I'm still happy with the profit that I got. So those are the a situation, a more strategic type that I will think around and do option in an advanced strategy if you identify those kind of opportunity, Philip. Thanks for that question.
All right. Okay. Joking, before you continue, I just wanted to ask, anyone knows what Melvin have shared earlier on the option strategy? Anyone have any idea? Type Y if you understand. Type X if you have no idea what he's saying. Okay. So what he shared, okay, is in fact, it's like a lot of strategy, advanced strategy. Okay, but I'm just gonna focus on one strategy that he shared, which I think you guys can apply if you understand all the four basic, which is sell put plus buy call. Okay, I think this is, in my opinion, this is one of the safest strategy. If let's say you combine and you suddenly you forgot your account, worst thing is you own the share. Yeah. Okay, whereby if you remember I share how you can make money without using your money. This is the strategy. First, you sell put, you receive the premium, and then you use this premium to go and buy the call options. So in that sense, if let's say you're really bullish at the stocks, okay, you're really bullish at the stocks, it means that your sell put options going to expire worthless, your buy call contract gonna increase in value. Means you do not use your money. In fact, you use the premium to double up your premium. Okay? So young us have to own the share. No, because when you buy call, you have the rights to buy the share, not sell the share. Okay? Yeah. Okay, so that is if let's say you guys want to take the sharing that Melvin shared, I think this one will be a good one for you guys to explore if let's say you guys are interested into the basic. However, like Melvin have shared, 70% of his practices still not just the simple sell put. Okay. All right. JK, can you share any options at strategy? Wow, you guys
Yeah.
really fun.
Yeah, actually, I think about 80% of my trade is using sell put. But sometimes I also use advanced option, which is the simplest one, like what Julio said just now, which is sell put and buy call. I use the sell put premium to buy call on the same stock. Yeah, I think that one is the most advanced option that I use lah.
All right. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. So if you guys are interested to do advanced, hopefully next year, if I can design a better material, I will share to you all. But just to give you an update, okay, if let's say you're interested, I will only take those that really know the basic, because the moment you join, even if you pay, you're just gonna waste your time, money, and also time. All right, so focus on the basic one first, and then the rest will be should be okay. All right. Okay.
Master sell put first
Yeah, master sell put.
and get consistent return.
Yep, correct. So Ching to us, is that what you call the pro man strategy? Yes. All right, the sell put buy call. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm a pro man. That's why I use that strategy as well. Okay. So okay, now let me ask Melvin and JK question. I think some of you guys wanted to ask this, but I also know that you guys, Marlo wanted to ask. Okay, so I'm gonna tebalkan my muka, make my face thick to ask on behalf of you guys. Okay, Melvin, can you just share what's your first monthly income once you get used to making income from put options? Let's just talk about the basic one, sell put, the premium. And I'm not sure when is it, and what's your monthly premium that you make on average. Okay, don't try to make it simple. You just share with me your idea so that people can have an expectation that, oh, if Melvin can do this within 1 year, 2 years, if let's say I only get 50% of what Melvin have, not bad. Yeah, maybe you can share with that as well.
Now we get into the interesting part. I'll talk about money already. I remember when I first started, I got around 90 to 100 USD per month. Not a lot of money, but it still works for me. Fast forward to today, after 2 years of practice and compounding with the proceeds of the option income mastery, and the portfolio getting larger and larger. On the good, there are good days and bad days. On bad days, I probably can draw about 800 USD per month. On a good market, I can draw around 1,000 USD, which is quite okay. I'm quite happy with it. What do I mean about good day and bad day? Volatility high, I can get about 1,000. Now about 1,002 because bull market advanced option strategy being applied, I can get even more. Bad times means when the market goes against my direction, sometimes I have to close early, sometimes I have to close in a minimal loss, then I get about 800. Now, just to share to everybody, I'm also trying another hypothesis because I started my options income mastery from IBKR, interactive broker, that is with capital. From Mumu, if you all know that Mumu can trade four different currency. In my Mumu account, I have Malaysia ringgit and US dollar. And of course, Malaysia ringgit, I transfer all my Bursa Malaysia's shares into it. But US dollar portfolio is empty. With this in mind, what I'm trying to do is with $0, right? $0 US. If I were to sell put, I start all over again. How much I can earn from zero and then make capital from there and put it over Cash Plus. If you haven't heard about Cash Plus is a product from Momo that earns daily interest from your idle cash. And with a month of effort, I actually generated about $200 of nothing. Can you believe that? It's out of nothing. It's sell put only, put into cash flow. I earn 2 ways, which is great. So going back to JK's advice and Julia's advice, master your sell put first, because if you can do that, you grow your capital, you have more choice, more options, then you can do advanced strategy. That's my sharing. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Melvin. How about you, JK? Just share.
Wow, I am very jealous on my Melvin able to make $1,000. I am only for monthly consistently I able to get 300 to 600 dollar.
All
Yeah,
right.
with my capital, I think it's around only for option is around 20K.
Thank you so much. Okay, guys, how many of you guys want to make okay, let's take the safe number, $800. Type me if you want. Okay, type me if you want. Oh, you don't want. Okay, awesome. Okay, so how many of you guys think you can, if let's say, I can get at least half of it, okay, for starter, okay, because he took, he took 2 years. You want to leverage him, right? Don't need to spend 2 years. I only need to spend half a year because I just leverage him. Yeah, okay. So I think these are the idea that reason why I bring them. And let me see. Yeah. Okay. So that you guys can actually see the expectation. Okay, so Joanne asks, any month you get negative on your option journey? I think this is for you, Melvin. Anything you want to share? Put here.
Yes, I remember back in 2023 where China was deemed as uninvestable. What do I did there is I usually sell put on YIN, YINN. It was a 3 times leverage ETF based on China FTSE 100. So China was very volatile. I like that market volatility. I treat it as a friend and foe. So there's one time in 2023 that the China has intervened the big tech and there's a lot of regulation going on. People are just selling away, and those are the time that it goes below my strike price and all T has gone haywire. You can call that as a mini black swan event. Any mini black swan event are not friendly to sell put, and those are the months that it's difficult for me to either have to roll it down, close, and wait market to recover the signs of recovery, then do another sell put again and again. So I think the biggest tip that time for me that I learned and I keep on doing it is be sensitive with your portfolio. Know that your risk management. I don't do 100% yin. I have some other position with other counters as well that help me a little bit. And once you know that this is going really against your direction, don't hold your position, cut loss, try again, because market is open every other day. So try again. That's my tip. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Melvin. Okay, so there's a question by Pamela. Pamela asked, what's your capital? I'm not sure whether you're comfortable to share your capital, but yeah, up to you, man.
Sure. Sure, not a problem. So you guys know that when I started with about 3K and once I got conviction, I actually put more capital. The successes that I see got skyrocketed when I passed through 10,000 USD. Today, the cash available in my portfolio to do option for cash secured puts, selling put, it's about 12K like that. I think I didn't update. I forgot already. That shows that how much little time I spend on my portfolio. About 12,000 like that. For me to have a lot of choice to pick stock and as well as do sell put. So once you pass through that 10K, that's my personal opinion. I think everybody's different. The amount of choice you have allows you to gain more options income eventually. Now, you all learn the basic rule on options characteristic, IV, time decay, stuff like that, right? I added few more levers. I'm much more advanced. The other thing that maybe I can share generally, but don't follow me, is I take a little bit more risk. I use my excess liquidity. What do I mean by that? We all need to be cognizant and understand that if you do cash secured put on a $10 stock, that means you must have $1,000 in your portfolio, right? That 1,000 portfolio is secure yourself put one contract. What I did is I also use the same capital, sell another 2 more puts on a similar price contract somewhere else. I use multiple times against my excess liquidity to accelerate my return. Is it high risk? Yes. But do I know what I'm doing? Yes. Eventually, I still can get that return. So from that portfolio size I have, Pamela, to answer your question, that allows me to draw 800 to 1,000 US dollar per month, which is quite okay, and I'm happy with it.
All right. Thank you so much, Melvin and Jukiang. I think that's basically it. Because if let's say I'll just keep on ask you, no, we're not gonna finish. Okay. Guys, who love Melvin and Jukiang sharing? Type love. Give them some love. Give them some love. Okay. So just to share, they have been sharing with me their result. That's why I'm calling them. All right. And also I want them to help me. All right. Help me as in, because I only have 24 hours. Why not I just take another 24 hours from a lot of people? Okay. And by the way, they're still working, working as in they have their own job and they do this on a part-time basis. Okay. You see how you do this on a part-time basis, you can still make 3,000 300 to 1,000 return. Okay, I think last question I think that nobody asked is Melvin, do you mind share on average, you as well, Jukiang, how many hours you spend on a daily basis? Yeah.
So I always like to use the analogy of driving. If everybody remember your 17-year-old, 18-year-old time, getting a license and taste the freedom on your first time getting a car and walking around is truly exhilarating. So when I first started, I maybe spent about an hour and two, maybe sometimes 2.5 hours, to look at the market. I sold put already. Is it going to go up? Is it going to go down? It's really exhilarating in a way. Right now, once you have known, you have drove years already, decades already, you know where your gear knobs are, your turn signal, where is it all about? Fatam, for example, it's all in your head. Right now, after 2 years, I spend about 30 minutes to an hour only. Why? Some people ask me a more deeper question, how you can really do that? Because all this learning is all continual basis. During all these 30 minutes and 1 hour, I also what am I doing? I'm looking at the market, building my watch list. And then watch lists don't change all the time. You get to familiarize with the company, and you're only waiting for time that is volatile enough. Big red candle, for example, good time for you to sell put, just sell put. You know your position is comfortable, close your account, and then go to sleep. Simple as that. And on a good day, I normally don't trade a lot in bull market, especially now. Maybe I just spend 15 minutes and see, oh, my position are all good. Then I don't need to do anything. Especially last week, all times high again. I spent the least amount of time last week, knowing that my position are increasingly in profit right now. So yes.
All right, thank you so much. 15 to 30 minutes, or let's put it 1 hour. If you have 1 hour, I think you can do what Melvin have done. How about you, Jukian? Do you mind share how many hours do you spend now?
Usually about 1 hour. Sometimes we'll go to 2 hours. It's like that time usually I study company annual income, annual report, and looking for the others opportunity lah. Yeah. So not really spend a lot of time like just looking at the trading view, but most of the time is like reading news and then understand the macro, what is like recently happened in the Korea, and then this Korea thing, how will it affect our market? Is try to understand the news lah. It's more than more than study stock. Yeah.
So I think it becomes something that you do a lifestyle kind of idea. Thank you so much. All right. So I think that's about it. Thank you so much, Melvin and Jukiang. I think let's give them a round of applause again, and we're gonna continue to our next this sharing. Okay, really happy with their transformation. Okay, now let me just go through any questions. If you have any questions, I'll just answer on behalf of them. Okay, so Melvin, do you share your trading experience or strategy in FB or Instagram? I'm not sure about them. One thing that you need to be careful is there's a lot of scammer now. Okay, I mean, even if you look into my Facebook, I don't really share anything that much because I don't want to become Mingtech. You know what Mingtechs go through on a daily basis? In 1 week, there's 4 Mingtech ads. Yeah. Okay. So I don't think it's I don't want that kind of problem. That's why I'm doing behind the scenes, and for them I'm not sure. Yeah. Okay, so Jasmine asked, hi Melvin and Jackie, currently around how much monthly profit? I think they already shared, Jasmine. It's around $800 to $1,000 a month. And how much they spend in terms of time they spend after they know how to do this, right? Meaning, say, like Melvin shared, the first time you drive your Mercedes, you love all of this, okay? But after 2 years, you feel boring, but you still spend some time, probably 30 minutes to 1 hour. Okay, so this is the realistic growth that on the successes that they have shared. Okay, and I think this is something that everyone here can also replicate. So if let's say on the first day you have the expectation that if I want to do options, I need 30,000, I need 100,000. Okay, I hope by Melvin and JK coming into the stage here with us, they can share with you their story, how from $3,000 they grow into 10,000, and then 10,000 into 20,000 and more and more. Okay, so it's more don't focus on the money, if you ask me. All right, don't focus on the money alone. You need to focus also on the growth journey that you have. Okay, I'll just give you an idea here. If let's say after 3 months that you can make 1 to 2% consistently, you can already sort of do a projection on or by end of this year, I will be making X amount, all right? And it gives you the idea that the possibility, okay? And if you remember my story, okay, that I share is that why I have a lot of property investor become, work with me on a personal level, all right? Because a property guy, who's property investor here? Can you just type me, all right? Property guy, they're really, really smart in leveraging, right? Especially leveraging on the property money that they have. I don't know how they, it's not, okay, I know, but I don't want to share with you all here because I think it's a risky move. Okay, but they know how to leverage loan and then do this hoo-ha, and then make a lot of money. Okay, but I'm not a property agent, I'm not a property guy, but this is just an idea to share with you all. Okay, so type love again, give them some love, and then let's move on to our final updates. One moment here. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, so okay, so there's a question by Hamza now. Okay, I have PLTR share now in profit. Any suggestion on how to apply options? Should I sell covered call? If you ask me, Hamza, I just gonna hold this for long term. Yeah, and I take my capital, leave my profit, and then I just use that capital to do another trade or find another option strategy. Okay, so that's what I will do. But this is again entirely up to you how you plan to do it. Okay, so now guys, okay, can you see the screen that I'm showing? Type 1 if you can see the screen that I'm showing. All right, thank you so much. Okay, so let's do a recap on today's lesson. All right, basically we already covered the whole thing. Okay, but before that, I just wanted to check with everyone here. What do you feel after joining the option workshop, right? In these 2 days, okay, we spend 5 hours on average in a day. Do you guys enjoy this? And do you guys think these 2 days can really help you? Say me if you think, you actually feel that and you can actually see that this workshop is a realistic workshop. Meaning to say, we not only teach you the theory, but we also show you how to do it and how to press all of the button and all. And not only that, okay, I also bring those that actually provide the trade. So, I mean, I try my best to understand your end, whereby what are the things that gonna block those that attend this workshop from not doing. Okay, so every day, every time I do this workshop, they say like, oh, can you do this? I've been doing that, right? And I do my best to give that. Okay, and I do it in such a way that you guys will get it for free. All right, things like the strategy, I give it, sorry, not for free lah. Meaning say it's like you already invest and you don't need to pay more. That's all. Okay, so we've gone through implied volatility, delta, and also time decay here. All right, not only that, okay, I also share with you this simple strategy to make money every month using options. Okay, now I want you guys to repeat with me. All right, so can you just type in the box? All right, option is just a tool. And the reason why I want you to write this is because sometimes, when you know how to do sell put, people, you just simply go to option chain, look at the delta minus 0.32%, then you just sell put, right? I've seen this. I don't want this to happen, all right? Just make sure that you know what you're doing so that you can make consistent return. Again, our goal is not to make 200% return. Okay, our goal is to make 2 to 5% return a month consistently. That's why you need to have a habit. That's why you need to have a practices sort of like, integrate into your lifestyle. Okay. So I'll just give you an idea or the things that I've seen whereby a lot of common mistake people do. Okay, now you might feel it's difficult or it's easy. All right, and then because it's too easy, people usually overuse this. Okay, you don't really calculate your risk management, portfolio allocation, and all of this. Okay, so sometimes penny wise pound foolish. You make return 5% a month, but you sacrifice your capital. This is not the right way to do. Okay, so you focus too much on the premium gain, you ignore the stock credibility. Okay, and also once you practice this, you may have the thought or idea of must trade every day. And of course, this is quite obvious, all right? Some actually lack of discipline. You don't actually, it's like going to gym or driving to point A to point B. You need to have a rules for your result. Okay, greedy or fear of missing out. Okay, so now I want to ask you guys one question. If you think that you can learn this outside, right? The answer is yes. Okay, what I share here is not something that you cannot learn outside. You can, right? In YouTube, there's a lot of free information. Okay, however, if more information was the answer, we'd all be billionaires with perfect apps. What does that mean? It means that I can leave all the ideas, all the strategy with you all. Okay. However, if you do not know how to apply or discipline enough how to actually do it, then you're not gonna get to where you want. Okay. Type A if you agree with what I'm saying. Type A if you agree with what I'm saying. The world that we are living now is not lack of information. The world that we are living now is too many information. That is why what you need is you need to have a system and you need to focus on one thing at a time until you get sort of like have a foundation on that things that you good at. You don't need to be good at everything. You just need to good at few things and make sure that that thing become your at least a significant story of your life, something like that. Okay. Now, I just wanted to check with you. All right, who here, okay, have already learned all the option lesson. However, you still do not know how to start. Right? Type me if you are here. All right. Okay. All right. Thank you. Anyone else? Okay. Thank you so much. So if you are new, all right, this is what I can sort of like give you a suggestion. Okay. One, if you are new, you can start by selling a put options contract. Okay, and your aim is just to make it expire worthless. Okay, just master this, all right? Master this, and then after that, go ahead and do extra. After you sell put, you can combine it with a covered call strategy. Meaning, say you sell put, gotten a sign, you do a covered call. Okay, whether you use real money or paper money, as long as you take action and you actually do it, that's what matters. However, historically, from what I learned, those that use paper money, they will not put a lot of attention. The moment you put money on stake, that's where you are serious. Okay. Type A if you agree what I mean. Type A if you agree what I mean. So if let's say I do a free course, all right, free workshop, you will join, but you will not take take it seriously. Okay, I think this is how human is. Okay, we tend to whenever it's free, we tend to not appreciate it enough. Okay, when it is expensive, you are being forced to appreciate it. Yeah. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to do this at least 5 times, all right, with better understanding each time, and then you're doing it to make a 2% a month consistently. Okay, so next, if let's say you're able to do this, okay, I'll share with you another new strategy, but I will only share this new strategy only for those that are able to do this well. Okay, is it fair? Type F if you think this is fair. Why? Because if I share with you now, I'm just gonna kill your momentum. Okay. Now you guys ask a lot of questions. I'm not sure whether it's for learning, learning only, or you also wanted to apply. Okay. I'm a man of practicality. I wish I want to be that kind of person. So I prefer you do one thing, master it, then you move to another thing rather than I share with you everything. At the end of the day, you will lose everything because this strategy can either make you a lot of money or you will lose all of it. Okay. So practice makes permanent here. You can start small, expose small percentage of your portfolio. Okay. Choose 4 to 5 stocks, and then you with only goal to make premium gain, meaning to say expire worthless. Okay. And you build a high winning trade, position. Okay, and then you just repeat. Okay, so let's say you have 10,000 now. Doesn't mean that you need to expose 10,000 immediately. Start with 5,000 first. Do a small position, right? Small position, and then you maintain this consistency for 3 months. Okay, so these are the OMIS strategy. Type OMIS. Okay, type OMIS. All right. So now what's next? Okay, what's next is simple. Okay, what's next is simple. So usually I will share this in a good way, because I know that this will be the outcome that we're gonna have eventually. Right? This is the realistic option that I see lah. Okay, so you always have three choices. One, where you do on your own, right? You do everything, all right? You learn on your own. Nothing bad doing this. It's just that you need to be more disciplined, because do you guys agree that I have shared with you the knowledge? Type 1 if you agree. Okay. And I also have already shared with you the strategy and also the practicality. And all of this video recording, you'll be able to get it. So I actually give you everything already. So you need to learn on your own, or you need to put yourself in a situation where you can actually do it. Okay. Or the second one is for those that in TID, if you want us to help, you need to participate in TID, ask question and share your progress. That's the only way for me to able to help you. If you don't share your progress, then it will be difficult. All right. And I also, the reason why I bring Ju Kiang and Melvin here, because TID is expanding. I am unable to work with everyone on a personal level. That's why I bring them up, and I want them to become the next coach. And hopefully some of you guys who are, if let's say you decided to, oh, I think I'm into this investment thing, and you think you have what it takes, then if you are interested to become one of the coach as well, I gladly welcome you, right? But for now, let's not go there, okay? Let's go to this part here, all right? So Sandra asks, what is TID? TID is a community, the investor diary, okay? And during this TID, I usually will share this, all right? Or MI session. However, in the last month, I only share a summary. I didn't share the meeting, okay? So basically, it's usually every third week of the month, Friday night, okay? It's around 8:30 p.m. or sometimes 10 p.m. So this is what you can do. Do everything. You can participate in TID, or you can work with me personally. All right, work with me personally, definitely, I can only work with not many people. I cannot work with 100 people. All right, I can only work with 10, 20 people max. Okay, so if let's say you have this kind of capital, I highly encourage you to, work with me. All right, it's better for you to accelerate. Why do I say so? Okay, I'll just give you a painful lesson, both me and for this client of mine. Okay, and we're still working together. So he got 1 million. Okay, because the fee that I charge is for him expensive. He feels it's expensive. Then I just asked them, okay, I'll try and help you through TID. He joined TID. Or sorry, he do it on his own. Okay. And then after 3 months, he come back, he lose 30%, 300K. And the fee that I charge is not as much as that. Okay. So what I'm trying to say is, it is much more easier for you to leverage on someone. Okay, I'm doing this full time, and I'm not only I'm doing this full time now, I have two powerful coach, right, helping me and backing me, and I need more people, so that imagine if let's say collectively as a community, everyone make $2,000 a month USD, converted, translate into 10,000 ringgit. We can we are the powerhouse of Malaysia community that do options. Everyone making this, yeah. So this is everything at the end of the day. If let's say you have 300K or 500,000, you don't even need to have 1 million to have a good cash flow. You have 500,000, and we have a structure community that can share and leverage information from each other. That will give you a translation. Let's just assume we're making 1 to 2% a month. That will be around 10,000 ringgit. Okay, so this is the idea. Okay, so here's the thing. Okay, so basically, I think some of you guys asked few questions. Let me just show you few questions, whereby this question that you asked is how to do this, how to do that. I think that is a valid question, right? No doubt. Okay, that is why I want to make sure that if let's say you guys didn't sometimes people like to give me a painful excuse. They say like, oh, you didn't support us well, or blah 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 blah. Okay, I actually give everything here. Okay, can you see my screen? Can you all see my screen here? Type me if you can see the screen. All right. Okay. Now, guess we go to serious mode. So I actually already do all the recording here. Okay. All the recording here, how to do options, how to do sell put, what is sell put. It's also a refresher for you. And also, sorry, and also all the recording for these 2 days also uploaded in these courses. By right, you should be able to access this course. Okay, you should be able to access this course. And not only that, I also aware that you guys ask how to use IBKR, all of this. Guess what? We also have a recording for IBKR. Okay, IBKR platform. If you use IBKR, okay, type WOW. This is like full effort, you know. All right. If you don't like video, don't worry. We also have a PDF how to open IBKR, how to withdraw. But this one, you know, I think might be outdated lah. Okay, might be outdated. And if you ask me, I encourage you to open Momo rather than Interactive Broker because IBKR is quite difficult. Not to say difficult, it's a lot of paperwork. I don't like it. Okay, and also IBKR is a US company. All right, Momo, it's in Malaysia now. They already opened a HQ in Malaysia, so you can look into it. That is why you can look into the guidelines on how to perform options using Momo. Okay, see? Everything is prepared for you, done for you. This is literally spoon feed now, right? Open Momo and then press this, press that, okay? And this is, I show how to use option paper trade, this one, and then press this, after this happen, and this is like how you can look at the strike price, blah, 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 all of this, okay? So you can actually see, you can actually use this information, okay? Type WOW. Yeah, okay, so I also share how to close your position, how do you buy, how to know whether it's right, or how to do this, everything here, okay? How to close the position that you have opened, okay? So Jasmine asks, how do we have to pay extra for this? Okay, do you think I should charge you guys for this? What do you guys think? Do you think I should charge you all for this? Okay, all of these are free. Okay, why I said it's free? Because this is a one-time job. I only do one time, you just not copy lah, like use this as a reference. Okay, so I won't charge you for this one. Okay, I give you everything. All right, and also this is the PDF lah. This is the video recording on using Momo. How to perform, right? Using mobile app. Okay, and also I think if let's say you want to go through, this is a interview with Melvin. Okay, where Melvin perceived 7 to 8 years of Melvin share his this is the I can say this is one of the worst and the proudest moment of my options journey, because worst as in we are not making money. All right, excellent as in, you know, I take the challenge to bring everyone to make more money with me during the bear market, and it turns out to be a great story, success story. Okay, so this is what you can look into lah. All right, get inspired, and also what is it again? I forgot what I want to say. Get inspired and also learn from here. All right, all the updates or recording and the past recording should help you here. Okay, and also this is the easy option income day 1, day 2 yesterday. Just managed to upload. I'm sorry for being late. Okay, so day 1, day 2. Okay, so you can have a look here. All right. Okay, type C if you are clear. All right, so how to access this? Let me ask my big boss, Mingtek, and also JC, when you guys can access this. My job, okay, here, all right, I just wanted to be frank with you all. I can give you everything, okay, but I can give you everything for free at this kind of this kind of offering. Why? Because I only do one-time job, okay. Your job is just to focus on apply this, all right, and leverage on all the information that I've provided here. Okay, so Yishan asks, is the option monthly? Oh, I can just give it for you for free, don't worry. Yeah, you can just use it. I think also have a recording on how to use that platform. Okay. So do you think this is a great deal? I think so. I mean, I put a lot of effort. That's why I think I just don't want to shock Cinderella, feel that, oh, I do a lot of work. I deserve. No lah. Okay. All right. Now, saying that, I also feel that these are all, everything is updated lah. Just wait for the message from Savvy, and you should be able to get all of this information. Okay. And I also think that, I wanted to give you all a one-time bonus. I'm only gonna do this one time. You know why? Because not to say one time, okay? I usually do this only inside the ID member, all right? The investor direct community. Why? Because one, they already commit to work with me for 1 year, all right? And they pay a big amount of money, right, to work with me, all right? So I will actually do one-time live trade with all of you for those that are not in TID on 20th of December. Can you see? Can you write 20DEC, 20 December? Okay, 20 December. So if you wanted to participate in this, okay, all right, if you want to participate in this, actually you don't need to do anything. I'm just gonna remind you all, yeah. But yeah, just make sure you make yourself available. What time it's gonna start? I'm thinking 10 p.m. Okay, why 10 p.m? Because market open at 10:30. So what to do? Yeah. So there's no TGIF for you all because you guys are learning. Okay, so join me. I'll share with you how I do sell both, how I make money, and how you can do as well. Okay. All right. Are we clear? All right. Type WOW if you enjoy these 2 days and you enjoy Melvin and Chu Kiang sharing as well. I think this is. I'm trying to make like the best quality options products and also services in Malaysia. Hopefully, we can be the biggest options community, and everyone make money. Oh my God! Imagine everyone, each of us make 5,000, 10,000 using by just click a button. I think that's a testimonial as a new ways of making money. No, not new ways lah. Just a strong community lah. That's how I see it. That's why I sort of like even though I can do it on my own, I also think that if with a lot of people, more merrier. And if let's say all of you guys are wealthier or become more better, if I ask you guys to support me in anything, I think with the money that you have, value that you receive, I think you will also don't mind to support. I just feel like that lah. All right. Okay, so basically that's all the thing that I can give lah. All right, yeah, all of this. Okay, so this is for those that wanted to work with me, all right, on the RTM level, yeah, road to millions. Okay, why? And I only invite this if you really have a big amount of money. Okay, and the reason why you want to have a big amount of money is because okay, this is a little bit selfish. Okay, one, if you have huge money, I can easily help you make. All right, I think if you look into options as well, if you have 10,000, okay, $1,000, you make 2%, $20. You also won't be happy making money $20. But if you have big amount of money, I can easily like hoo-ha with you a lot of strategies such as this. Okay, and I'm quite selective in working with anyone here. Okay, so if I think I can work with you, then I will directly tell you I can work with you. If I cannot work with you, then I will tell you I cannot work with you. Okay, do you think that's fair? Type F if you think it's fair. Okay, why? Because if let's say I say, oh, I cannot work with you, and then you pay me, you're just gonna be mad at me. I'm just gonna take your money. All right. So I only going to work with you and do business with you if I really think I can help you. All right. Because at the end of the day, my goal is I want to work with someone. Whenever I want to work with someone, I want to work with them forever. Okay, right? Forever, right? That's the idea. Why forever? So that I don't need to keep on looking for new client, no? Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So this is how I want the transformation, all of your transformation to be in this way. Okay. So average 2% per month, right? Take it slow. All right. If let's say you have small capital, take it slow, right? Take it steady, okay, and do it well, okay. So eventually you'll be able to get this kind of return. Twitter gained 90%, 1,300. This is during the bull market. In a week you can make $10,000. Sorry, $10,000. Yeah, there's few, my client that I work, especially on RTM. Those, to be fair, those that with a lot of money, they won't share anything. Not to say they don't want to share, they're busy. So you see them in the group, but you never see them sharing. Yeah. So anyone agree with me? The more money you have, the busier you are. If let's say 1 million, 2 million, it's like, you will be difficult for you to reach, right? Okay, I don't know whether you agree. For me, when I work with this kind of people, they're usually so busy. Okay, but these are the ideas I want to share with you, right? But it doesn't mean that you need to have 1 million to be ready. Okay, you need to have a consistent ways of doing it. All right, so I have shared with you everything. I hope by giving you all this blueprint, you'll be able to do so. Okay, blah 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 blah. Okay, not important. Okay, so if let's say you're interested, all right, to work with me, doesn't mean we're gonna work together yet, yeah. Okay, doesn't mean we can work together. Okay, what you can do is just go ahead and QR code this thing and then just type interview. Okay, if you have 200K, 300K, you can just come in and interview. Whether you want it or not, doesn't matter. Okay, why? Because at least we are aware that you have this much amount of money, and then we can at least give you an advice. Okay, sorry, I cannot give you advice. Okay, unless you're my client, I can at least recommend you start slow, a proper strategy rather than like, oh, you can do this, all of this. Okay. All right, so type F if you follow. Type F if you follow. All right, so just go ahead and screen this QR code. Can you guys screen? I'm not sure whether you guys can screen because it feels blur. All right, anyone? Can you just go ahead and try? Let me just type the keyword number. 601675 at 233. 6016756 at, yeah. Okay. Yeah, so you can just go ahead and try. So what you are getting is all of this lah. All right. If you want to have a screenshot, you can go ahead and screenshot. And I think that's about it. All right. So for those that ask, okay, for TID, what you'll be getting, basically, okay, now I already share with you all the knowledge. Okay, the amount that you pay here is mainly on the services, meaning to say, I cannot, I cannot ask. For example, I need to ask Jukiang to help me, other members to help me. I cannot just simply ask them with an intention of for a good favor, right? Yeah, because if I do that, then they might not be. It's not fair for them. Okay. All right. So yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah, I think this is just a repetition. Okay. So I think that's about it. Anyone have any questions before we end today? If there's no question, type G if you are good with this. All right. This is the last workshop that I'm going to do in options. And then on 20th of December, I'm going to be my last day working. And then the rest, I'm just going to take, not to say not working, but more of a work through WhatsApp or Facebook on the platform that you're in. Okay. So I think that's about it. All right. If you're interested, if you just wanted to have extra information about this, you can just go ahead and screen this QR code so that we can identify who are interested. Okay. Yeah. See whether this offer is suitable for you with your portfolio size and all. Right. Usually, if let's say your portfolio is small, I don't really encourage. But if let's say your portfolio is sizable and you can pump in more, I think this is something that you can really consider. Okay. All right. I think that's about it. So you guys, all right. Thank you so much for your attention. Thank you so much for putting a lot of effort in focusing in these 2 days. I really, really appreciate the energy. And I really wanted to make sure that, one, my time is not wasted. 2, your time is not wasted. And I feel that in these 2 days, you guys didn't waste. I hope so. I didn't waste your time because you guys learned a lot. Okay. So with that being said, you guys have an excellent day. Take good care of yourself and also stay safe and trade safe. Cheers. Bye-bye. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.